I do think there is a level of cohesiveness that happens. Oh, okay. So Dio was just telling me that goals are being met. Dio, don't fake me out like that. Okay, I need to finish this cohesiveness sentence. So, Disney's disparate art styles are sort of unified by the fact that it is kind of weird and janky. I do think, though, that Kingdom Hearts is best experienced when you are younger. Because the whimsy of Disney and the disparate art styles and things like that, you grow up with Sora in these games, and it's easier to overlook when you have a youthful mindset. Kingdom Hearts 1 came out when I was 18. And would you, I am a 40 shot, and you don't have to do math. Right. They actually do, when the writing is at its best, talk about that conflict within the game. Shoten doesn't like games, but he does like The Witness, which makes his taste very suspect. He also likes me, enough to pay for me, which makes his taste doubly suspect. Yes, totally makes sense. Honestly, Dee, I would have guessed that you are very much a wholesome platformer with exceptions person. Not to say that the games themselves are super wholesome, but that they're not like super combat oriented all the time. They know I'm broke, Shoten. They know. Oh! What game are you playing? It's true, I can get a piece of gum. Shoten says broke. I just gave you like 50 cents after tax and Twitch's cut. Oh, that's right. Shoten really likes Genshin Impact, which I agree with, because it's got a great dopamine loop. DD, well, right now I'm playing RuneScape, but I've put some hours into a run of TTYD again. TTYD? PB Hildy's presence is motivation enough to watch. You just think I'm cute. Zem, I've been playing Cult of the Lamb again. Oh, Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario. Okay. I was a Sega kid, so I have next to no knowledge of Mario. Other than, you know, what parts are pervasive in the culture. And what, you know, having a Wii and a Switch got me. Oh my fucking god. Actually, the first time I ever saw anything from Super Mario RPG was on a stream like 3 months ago. Ferris, I have seen the ancient historical records of Mario. Will somebody quote that? Also, somebody quote Shoten's pickle comment. I'll just have to scroll through chat later. You guys have been on, you've been on one today. Others are like a stale, or like a pickle from the garbage. The trash is the metaphor of the evening. I've seen the ancient historical records for Mario. Paper Mario was a lot of fun. I haven't finished either of them, but I enjoyed them both. All right. A silly image in Gen chat for me if I need... You know, I don't know if this is gonna happen. I'm actually not that distracted. I feel very focused. I'm just bad. It's okay. It's okay to be bad at things. It's okay. Just don't be a dick about it. The hills are locked with the sound of Hildy sucking. No, the Hildies are sucking. Something like that. Let's think that one through. The ancient records are the Mario movie, by the way. The Mario movie, I don't care. I don't care. It's good. I don't care. It's really good. The original Mario movie, fuck it. It's fucking good. I will fucking fight me, bro. Have a good night, PB. It's always a highlight of my evening when you have time to actually stick around. Please enjoy your night. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. I know nothing about the Double Dragons movie. Tell me about it, Zem. It happened. It did indeed happen. Okay. You bastard! I swear to God. Okay. There we go. I have no idea if we're talking about the Mario movie, but the, like, gross shit they had everything come out of, that was the part that, like, has stuck with me. And I was, like, into it. I thought that was, like, a really good... Because he's crawling around sewers all the time. I thought that was, like, a real good way to make it feel, like, actually real. Ah, rude. Okay. Not that much damage. That's good. Sweet. Stage 9, infected cage match. You bastard. Yes. Stage 10, Centipede DDR. No. To the wall. Bastard. Okay. Fuck. Ah. God damn it. Y'all, this is frustrating as fuck. I typically don't stream when I'm frustrated, and I'm not completely frustrated. But it just feels like my fingers can't do the right thing. Oh, for the love of Christ. Like, I know I can do this. Like, I'm well aware I can do this. I know this game well enough. I'm not that bad at it. But somehow, I just keep making these stupid mistakes. Ugh. Oh! Oh, we were talking about things. Things and stuff. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll up. Shut up, Shotten. Okay to be bad, but it's not okay to stay bad, get good scrub. Yes, it is, and that's something I'm working on, is to have them as loading screen tips. The new Mario movie was actually pretty fun. Okay. It's a movie. It happened. It wasn't good. It didn't even happen. You know what? If there's one thing I can remember about both games and movies is that if I was entertained, and that can't possibly be bad. They tried to include mystical elements, I think. And maybe I'd never be as entertained on a repeat viewing, but that doesn't change my memories. And I remember thinking the Mario movie was stupid and ridiculous and made me laugh incredibly hard. The new Mario movie was actually pretty fun. The one a couple years ago now. Still haven't watched it myself. Me neither. It's worth the watch. Same with the Sonic films. They're the ads. Yeah, like when okay. I did like the first Sonic film. The new Fable's gonna... Okay, listen, Fairest. I need to be honest. And you need to be honest. That new Fable is going to be garbage. You know it's going to be garbage. I know it's going to be garbage. We don't have to lie to ourselves. Once again, the only good thing about it is going to be the hot ladies you can date. Afro Samurai is great. For sakes. And the hot lady you can... Can you play a lady in Fable? It's been so long since I played those games, I don't remember. I did play all three of them. Ferris is like, by the way, I'm gonna force you to play it. Excuse me for a minute while I buy the whole collection. That is what happens with this alphabet collection, is that if people want to do mean things to me, they just have to put the game in my Steam library, and then I have to play it. It already happened once. I got handed Ace Combat because Vic wanted to see me play it. And I was like, you want to see me play Ace Combat? He was like, yes. I thought Fable 2 was better. I think Fable 1 had a lot of good ideas with kind of low funding execution. Yeah, there's not, like, Fable gave you incentives during the game to do the wrong thing and then punished you so much. It was really unfair to the player. Follower, hi! Welcome in. Yes, like a real life sim. Oh, Lord. Okay. Will you, Fairest, will you, tell Automat it's on a power trip? Yeah, not as bad because when I realized it was censoring certain things, I went through and set up a lot of manual passes, but it's definitely censoring stuff that it wouldn't before. Ah. Are you kidding? Shenanigans! Shot and you son of a bitch. You're gonna have to wait. Hold still, you little fucker. Zipping and zagging and wigging and wagging. Zipping all over the place. Bleh. Rude. Ah! Yee! All right. All right. Come on, motherfucker. Let's go. There we go. All right. Yes. Yeah! Infected cage match time! Oh, hi. Welcome to that side of the map. Nope. All right, let's get it. Ow. Bastard. Yeah! Centipede DDR! Let's go! To the wall! Ah, fuck. Ah, that was all poorly timed and I'm suffering for it. Get it together, Hildy. Okay. There we go. Fuck me. Damn it! I did have a bit of like rage encouragement shot in. So, plant facts, plant facts. in the Discord today, there was some talk about carnivorous plants. So I posted a lot of articles with very big words about them. They're even very big for me. They're very big for me. No, I don't want to talk about carnivorous plants. What do I want to talk about? The big words were used correctly. I know. Shonen says were the big words used correctly. I like to use them, but I don't know what they mean. Yeah. Yeah. I sometimes, like, only know what they mean in context. Follow work! Thanks for following! Let's talk about intentional plant murder. There's a plant called impatiens. It's a type of flower. I'm sure you know it. Its genus is actually impatiens. It's impatiens if you're feeling like being mad at botanists. So there's a plant called impatiens that actually kills its own children. Here's why. Impatiens were never meant to be in gardens. They like a lot of space. Even though they're a tiny flower, their roots are really huge. Like, they can get to be very bushy. Impatiens can tell which are its most recent... Shaden, I'm not against that at all. He says every once in a while I would throw a photosynthesis into the conversation to see if anybody is listening to me. I think it's great. Impatiens can tell by hormonal signals which children are most likely to succeed and which are most likely to fail. And it will actually kill the ones that are most likely to succeed, and here's why. Because if they succeed too close to it, it will kill it. So it will release toxins from its roots and kill its babies. Plant fact. It's the same reason roses are racist, which we'll talk about next, plant fact. Oh, are you against the plant killing its children? I have no moral judgment on the plant killing its children. I don't think plants conceive morality that way, so... I view immoral actions as actions that are taken by individuals who can conceive of a morality. Have I read Semiosis by Sue Burke? No, but I did study semiotics. Is this the same thing? I will take this heartily. Not the same thing. Okay. It's about plants? It's fictional? Ooh, I will like it then. Already I'll like it. If the title's a play on words between these two things, it's already in my wheelhouse. Right, exactly. So for me, immoral actions are done by creatures who are aware that there was a choice that was moral and chose the immoral one. Willful ignorance is not an excuse. But plants, they can't conceive. They literally cannot conceive of morality the way that we can. So why would I judge them by the same standards? I mean, as far as we know, plants don't have a nervous system. We know that there's some sort of We don't know if there's a thought process, but we know there are regulated hormones that respond to external events. But we have no idea about how plants conceive anything. Well, there's absolutely no reason to apply morality to them. Sunflowers, we have a pretty good idea of. That's true, because sunflowers are very unique. So, this is going to be a bit of, without grounding information, this might seem over some people's heads. But I'm not trying to be deliberately over scientific, but there's only one way to say this. So, angiosperms, which are all plants that flower. Angiosperms, have a different kind of vein, a pulmonary system, xylem, than other plants. All the other types of plants, conifers, ferns, all of that, they have something called tracheids. These are long, thin tubes. Imagine someone who has eaten beef their whole life, what their arteries might be like, super stiff. Angiosperms have something called vessel elements, which are much more efficient at transporting water. It's a major evolutionary jump. And we see a distinction, a clear distinction, between when they start. Except for sunflowers. Sunflowers are tracheids. Sunflowers come very late in the evolutionary line. Sunflowers reverted. And it is because they are phytoremediators, and they're very tall. A phytoremediator is something that can, through eating, it can mitigate toxins. So a plant that through eating basically cleans the soil, and that's sunflowers. And tracheids help immensely with that. Pork beret, you can't prove there isn't a plant. Hell. Welcome in, Pork beret. It's nice to meet you. Do you care about being quoted? I like to quote people when they say it's really funny. When they say things really funny. Really funny things. That's what I'm trying to say. You're right, I can't. I can't prove there isn't a plant hell, nor that there is. So, like, sunflowers, they, like, reverted back. Because of that, their genes are actually really easy to expose. There's not a lot of plants we have absolutely full genetic workups for, but sunflowers are one of them. So, sunflowers are far less mysterious than many, many plants, but we still don't know how they think. We just know that they might be telling jokes. Well, it's a pretty heavy they are telling jokes to each other. Or at least having pleasant chats. In whatever way a flower does that, which right now is sending hormonal signals of a certain useless variety. And we don't know, per se, we know what mechanically happens. We know, and that's not, we don't know everything that mechanically happens. Plant physiology is a nightmare to study, because it'll just be like, and then an unknown signifier hooks up with an unknown fucking, oh, it starts with a U, unknown gene modifier, and then pole 73, right? So there's just these two things we don't know about, and we just assume that it's there because we have enough evidence that it's there. There's a whole lot of botany like that. We just don't know. So what we know about sunflowers is how those hormones behave and how they're received and what receptors receive them. And we know that there is absolutely no benefit to the plant other than having accepted hormones from someone else and sending a message back. Correction. We know that plants that do this grow better. Shot it. Every plant I've asked has declined to comment. You know, it's more a lack of funding. So the majority of botany programs in the United States are being swallowed up by either mycology programs. So it used to be that mycology was this like stepsister to botany, and they just sort of got put in the same department because people who don't study them think they're the same. But now botany, because so much of the mystery in botany is microbiology, it's getting hooked into microbiology departments. But the thing is, we're human, we're mammals. So mammals are always going to get more money and more attention than plants. So when you put botany into your microbiology department, it becomes hyper underfunded. And now you just have people like fighting for scraps at the table. And then now, you know, Trump is like, ooh, if it's a plant, it should go to hell. Specifically, our hell, not plant hell, if there is one. And so there's no money for climate research, botany research, any of it. The lack of funding to create plant hell. Actually, there was a research. So you guys have heard the stories about how if you tell a plant music, if you play music for a plant or you tell a plant nice things, it grows better, right? Well, one of the studies that proved that was in Iran. They had 2 trees that were raised exactly the same. And I mean down to the nanoliter of water. These 2 trees being raised exactly the same in rooms with the same colored wall, all of it. Obviously, there's some sort of possibility of error, but it was pretty well controlled, at least as far as botany experiments go. It was more controlled than botany experiments that are listened to more often. Anyway, and they had a tale of 2 trees. They had a bunch of students record nice things and yelling at it, calling the tree stupid, saying it was a shame for tree kind, that kind of stuff. So they had these kids playing on repeat for either tree. Oh, you're such a good tree. You can grow. You can do it. I believe in you. And tree, you're stupid. I hate you. You're just gonna die anyway. And I want to hear about that study really badly, Dama. I'll finish here and then I want to hear about it. And so they had these humans saying these really nasty things to these trees and not. The tree that had nice things said to it grew by more than 2 centimeters in diameter in a month. This is outrageously fast for a tree. It takes a conifer 18 months for the seed to germinate. We still don't know how that tree perceived it. There's theories that there's a certain vibration to it that all plants are very hairy. If you put plants under a microscope, they're super, super hairy. And it's in fact one of the leading ways you can identify them is by their trichomes, which is what we call these hairs, and the shape of them. So they think that trichomes, maybe, on the tree's leaves were able to determine aggressive versus non-aggressive speech, but we don't know. We do know that tomatoes cry for help. That's something we know. They scream when they're hurt and cut. Dama says, I was hoping you'd say the trees with the mean things grew better out of spite. All right, let me scroll up and read a bit. Every plant I've asked has declined to answer. Plant hell is herbivore heaven. It's a very efficient system. We can prove there is a green hell. I thought you were saying the lack of funding to create plant hell. I'm just being cheeky. Perhaps they have dared not to try. Hopefully plant hell is just slight dehydration and that's the worst part. Farah says yes. Dama, I did a study playing piano for bean plants when I was in like 6th grade. It was like 28 years ago, so I might not remember it very well. I was hoping you'd say the trees with the mean things grew better out of spite. Dee, you know, I thought this was going to be a random plant fact. I think this is a plant TED Talk. Turns out the kids were magic. Okay. I can stop if you guys aren't interested. I went back to school when I was 38 years old because of how much I love plants. All the time. I say good morning to all of my plants. I'm not creative with names, though. Their names are just shortened versions of their genus. Or just their genus. Like, I just call all my crossolas Crossola. The closest to, like, a real name I have is Eve, and that's because the type of cactus she is an Eve's pin. I'm a succulent specialist, by the way. I don't talk a lot about succulents here, but that is actually my field of research and study. And, Pork Parade. This is actually not what my channel is like all the time. It's not always plant TED Talks, though I do talk a lot about plants. I'm actually very proud of Eve. Shot him. She lied, that's all it is. I'm very proud of Eve because what's my Hollow Knight progress? 72%. I suffer from depression, and there was a November and December, I was basically disabled via depression. And Eve suffered greatly because of it. But Eve bounced back so well. She's got like 3 little offshoot babies. It's great. Good job, Eve. Succulents are great for depressed people because they don't want your attention. In fact, most people kill their succulents from giving them too much attention. Succulents are easily smothered by love. Avoidant attachment syndrome. Poor Gray, did you just want to know my progress? I was like, is Pork Gray gonna tell me something about that? Just waiting. Oh, I forgot! Oh, how could I forget about Dick Masterson? Stage 5, Bouncy House. I also made up a bunch of names for all the stages. And I'm not sorry. And I also determined when the stages started and end. Stage 6, Tower of Histamine, because I'm allergic to mosquitoes. And so's the vessel, for that matter. You bastard. All right, stage 7. So I heard you like mantises. Oop. Stage 8, Soulmaster Redux. Or Soul Masturbator, you know. Bastard. There we go. All right, let's go through this one. Do that and then smack. Welcome back, fuckface. All right. Stage 9. Infected cage match. Fine. Fuck. There we go. Stage 10, Centipede DDR. Stage 15, Burger King foot. Less. All right. I can see I'm not wanted here. To the wall! Ah, skeet, 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 skeet. Literally. Oh no, DD! Please get some rest. You to play. Okay, Shaden says, if you were to play in a chess match against me, what handicaps do you think you or I should have to make it a fair game? Not knowing how good you are at chess, I would say none. I am mid at chess at best. But I generally don't need handicaps. You know, I'll win 1 out of 4. I actually play a lot of solitaire and chess in my free time, so I'm pretty aware of my shortcomings. I just don't have this. I'm a very strategic person, but not in the way that chess needs you to be. More in the supervillain way. For the love of God. Zem, I hate the cold too. So Pork Beret, since you're new hanging out here, you'll notice that suddenly around 9 o'clock, everybody's gone. It's because there's another streamer that starts at 9 that they also watch. So I deliberately start at 7 so that they don't have to feel bad about leaving. Yeah, I'll fuck you up in a 4X game. I will fuck you up so hard. 4X games are almost boring to me. Because I will fuck you up so hard. Gold-plated games. I enjoy Oddish as well. I didn't watch streamers until I started streaming. I just didn't. And I think Oddish is really good. Oh man, though, there's a small group of streamers I've started to watch, and they are so professional. I'm like such an amateur compared to them. It's embarrassing. Bet as in like, I'll destroy you at 4X, or bet as in I didn't watch streamers, because I really didn't. I think I watched one Jacksepticeye video. Yeah, I watched when he did Amanda the Adventurer 2. Like, it was that singular I can remember exactly what I watched. Yeah, Zem, you're gonna get crushed. You know, my favorite board game is a game called Twilight Struggle. It's a recreation of the Cold War. It can take anywhere from 3 to 20 hours. And I've only lost to one person in more than 100 games. I don't know, Overboss. Tell me about it. Ugh, shouldn't have healed there. Incompetence. Fuck's sake. I'd probably beat you at that, too. Oddly, I'm kind of trash at a lot of other board games. I used to be the person who would always win, but my current board game group, they win a lot, and I don't. Hi, guy. You're a little shit. I hate you so much. Yeah. Yeah, you should. Part of it, though, is I won so often that they now, like, by default gang up against me. Like, it's just like, oh, Hildy wants to do this, I'm not gonna do it. Like, pretty much from the start. Unless it's Catan or Scrabble, and then we all gang up against Victor. God damn it. Easy there, self. Alright, here we go. Ah! No, you can only get 2. You need to remember that. Okay. Alright, we're good. Just not have to not make a really dumb mistake. There we go. Damn it. Getting smacked. There we go. Centipede DDR, let's go. Damn it. Okay. Fucking mosquitoes, dude. Man. Pork Beret, have you done the Coliseum? I don't mean to keep calling you out to talk to you. It's you just sound because you know you were lurking most of the time, so I apologize. It's more that you seem to know this game, and I'm seeking validation. Shot and you butthead. Thanks, Fairest. You know, it's hard not to be self-conscious sometimes about sucking or like losing a lot. Because you're like, well, I am here to entertain people. So it's hard to not just be like, well, I'm sure they're getting frustrated about me not winning. So, I don't know. They're like counting down until I get good, right? But I'm stubborn. I'm really stubborn. I'm so stubborn. Stubborn is good, especially with video games. But in general. Bitch. I hate you so much. I hate everything about you, orange-butted butt. It's because there's no time. Between 6 and 7, you're gonna get dunked on. You're just gonna get dunked on. Like that Soul Master motherfucker. Oh, wait. Between 6 and 7. Histamine and... Oh, usually I'm like close to full health before Mantises. Yeah, between Mantises and Soul Master, it's like... He's gonna dunk on you. Oh! Oh. That's fair. Usually it's either time or I don't have enough soul, but sometimes I just stop because I do. It would be wiser to have the full bevy of damage available, though. That is true. I mean, Shodden, though, and Fairest, actually, know how stubborn I am. That fucking witness challenge, how long did it take me? Way too long. Way too long. But I did it. Fucking did it. Honestly, yes. I enjoyed that so thoroughly. It was difficult as hell, but I loved it. I just hated the fucking low-ass payoff. Like, the fuck was that? But everything else, it was so fun. It's true. There's a reason Shodden's name is Schadenfreude. It's a testament to how entertaining I am to watch struggle that he comes for other games. He's also got a grandmaster plan to make me start Witness from 0% and go 100. That takes a lot of fucks, which are the names of my channel points, so he's gonna be here for a while. No, you cannot, and it's 200K. What? We can start a collection. If channel points worked that way, in all seriousness, I would honestly help. And I could make a huge goal for it, but I would make that goal something like 1 billion. Because if it's gonna be multiple people, the reason I set it at 200K is you better be here a lot if you're gonna tell me what to do. I am my own Hildy. Oops. Bastard. Ah! Oh, I lost everything I struggled to heal. Great. Whatever. Fucker. Okay. Do they... Okay, so Shodden, one thing about channel redeems that you may not know is that we're allowed to set a limit of how many redeems per stream. So do you know if they let you redeem them consecutively? Okay. You know that she doesn't have a limit. Okay. I am so stubborn that I would do that until I literally hurt myself. It's why it's not a redeem. But I would never, ever set something like do a squat that low. Are you kidding? Yeah, if you can't sit, what are you gonna do? Maybe one day. One day I will see the end of this Coliseum. The thing is, this game knows its ass. It literally calls this the Trial of the Fool. The game knows. And the game is laughing at you the whole time you're suffering. It's like, oh, that fool. But still, I do it. Ooh. You guys are up in my shit. Oh, I'm doing it because I'm stubborn. I know it's not necessary. About horsemen? Oh, actually, there is a thing of... It might be too expensive for how long you've been watching Simple, but there is a thing about, like, Hildy, tell me about this plant or bug. So I will tell you about horsemen. I want to make sure I have the right plant. So will you look up the horsemen you're thinking of and tell me its scientific name? Oh, yeah, no, I'm just a stubborn son of a bitch. I don't like being beaten by things. Oh, yeah, for plant facts, you can only do one, but there should be a Hildy tell me about this plant bug. If there isn't, I just accidentally have it off. Let me see. Got a mystery bug plant? Hildy'll solve it. Don't be sorry, Shadon. It's on purpose. Yeah, like, don't worry about it. So, but if you get me the scientific name, that will help me quite a bit. There we go. So once you have that scientific name for me, I'll tell you about it. There's a lot of plants called horsemint, and there's a lot of plants... Monarda punctata. Okay, let me look at it real quick. That's what I thought. Okay, spotted bee balm. So do you just want to know about it, like its role in nature? Okay, but it was a horsemint elk herd in Wolf Quest. Okay. So, Monarda punctata. It's an herbaceous plant in the mint family, Lamiaceae. So Lamiaceae is not just the mint family, but it often gets called that. Let's take a moment and talk about Lamiaceae, because this is going to tell you a lot about it. Lamiaceae are aromatic. A lot of herbs are in here, but also catnip, skullcap, bee balm, and nettle. Lamiaceae is one of the most complicated families because the chemicals that make these flavors and smells, they're not the same. So they're constantly shifting. But one of the things that Lamiaceae is known for is having a strong effect on insects. So, for example, oregano chases off pests. Whereas bee balm attracts bees. Catnip poisons certain insects. Monarda punctata in particular kind of smells like thyme. It has purple spotted tubular yellow flowers above rosettes of large white or pink tipped bracts. This is what he looks like. A bract is like a pair of, we call them sepals, the little green leaves underneath a flower. A bract is a pair of them. It contains thymol, which is what makes thyme a good antiseptic and fungicide. Thyme and oregano are actually really, like, if you have a tooth problem, chewing on that's really helpful. Monarda actually has a rachme, or a stacked inflorescence, which is really rare. Most bee balms have individual stems with the flowers on them. The bracts are more ornamental, these sepals. You can see that they're actually pink. You know, bracts are not always green. Sepals are not always green. They're often in, so you can see that the distribution is here, but I've also seen them as far north as Oregon. And I have heard tell of them even in Florida, because in particular, the Monarda genus, which is all of the bee balms, is often used in gardening, and they just get out. Bees, they fly everywhere, man. Bees are hungry bitches. Bee balm, tubular flowers like this, though, oddly, are generally for hummingbirds. Like most things with thymol, it can be used for indigestion, infections, fevers. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Be careful, I am not a doctor. And so, thank you for following, Parkray. I am not a doctor, so I want to make it clear that when I talk about these herbal remedies, please don't assume I have that medical knowledge. But from a chemistry standpoint, it should follow, because that's what those chemicals do. Like, this isn't like silly, holistic, oh, take this vitamin sort of thing. This is like, that organic chemical kills these things. Botany is like one of the only life sciences where they make you take a full suite of OChem. I had to take OChem at 39 years old, and it was very traumatic. No, 38 years old, actually. It was very traumatic. Considering my previous degrees were mostly liberal arts, it was super traumatic. But shit like thymol is why. Ah! Ubiquitization! Ooh! I was trying to think of the word earlier, and I said, you know, attaches things to a gene. I was looking for ubiquitization. Ubiquitize. Oh, Jesus Christ. I actually, so I'm such a forceful personality, right? And I was TA for the Intro to Botany class and the Plant Physiology class. So I was a very, like, visible part of the botany program. And almost all new incoming students met me first. So when our class went to OChem, our professor was legitimately awful. And of course, having met me, they elected me to talk to the science department about him. Like, I was literally chosen as the representative. Did you give me bits? Thank you. Oh, yes, yes. Hedge Witch is totally my vibe. Thank you for the bits. They actually elected me to, like, do the thing. And so I ended up talking to the dean of the entire science program at OSU. Like, the entire College of Science, about this guy. Talk about stubborn. Because they kept saying, well, there's nothing we can do. And I was like, that's not true. And since I had, like, a whole class of people behind me, I felt really obligated to not give up. So... Actually, thank you. I was about to say, aw, shucks, but I do think of myself as brave. I try really hard to live bravely. That is something I actively try to do. So I appreciate you saying so. I will read that in just a second, Simple. Okay. I try hard to live deliciously, says Zim. Simple. I actually work at a college and I had to do something similar and report a coworker, and that was one of the hardest things I've had to do. Yeah, especially in academia. I worked at a college for, Are you a teacher, Simple? A professor? I worked in a research group that was attached with a university. And I had to report, basically reporting one thing led into like this academia gaslighting that like really fucked me up. And academia, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's so nailed into academia that it's like, it doesn't matter. Even the people on your side can't help you if you get the wrong people. I'm really proud of you. That's very brave. Yeah. The hierarchy is a fucking mess. Ah, just die, just die. Okay. Oh, bullshit! Bullshit. Yeah, the sociopolitical hierarchy is fucking awful. It's really something else. The oldest and often whitest person in the college, that's the person they trust. Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. I just never shut off the monitor for the other thing. Also, I'm very scuffy. Simple. It's funny that you came now. I was literally talking just a moment ago about how, like, I've started talking to some of these streamers and they're so professional. I'm such an amateur. Like, Ferris, you should catch one of Simple's streams. She made her own. Is she okay, by the way? Simple. She, her, or she, they? Or neither? They, them? It's easier. She, they. Okay. So, they made their own overlay, which now makes sense that you're the website person. That like, helps me a little bit. But it is so clean and so pretty. I was just like, I'm nothing. It didn't actually make me feel defeated, like I'll never stream again. But I was like, oh man. I mean, that's what I do too, though. That's what my ex-job was. Though I don't have a degree in it. Yeah, Ferris, the most recent Wolf Quest VOD that Simple has, they were using it. There is a running gag of what has Hildy not done? Which is mostly, like, military stuff. Yes, I have a certification from WCAT and IAAP. I have a WAS. And I also have an AD. Believe it or not, even though my overlays are busy, they all fit contrast. Honestly, Simple, if you've been in accessibility for a while, you should consider getting one. They are very expensive. I got it because, at first I just lied on my resume that I had one, and then I felt bad about it. So I actually went and got one. And, because I was doubted so much, too. Like, this job was just so fucking terrible. Yeah, I bet you could. And so I was doubted so much that I literally went and got one. I had to step below a WAS. And I went and got the tougher certification, the bigger certification, because I had to prove to myself that I actually knew what I was doing. They were so fucking horrible. It says just got 60 stream points. I'm basically a millionaire. Very spiky love. And I very hissy love, Zim, says Ferris. Cat incarnate. I don't want cat girls. I want to be the cat girl. Yeah. Same, Ferris. I saw it and was like, how has this not been on my... That's bullshit. Not been on my radar at all. It was so fun to watch, too. And it's so cool. Very, very accurate. And, like, Simple was saying that Yellowstone was consulted on it, and the reason it was in early access for so long was so that they could get it right. It's really cool. And then when I was there was a elk herd that was like the prickly pear herd, and I was like, there's not a fucking cactus in this whole place. And that's where the horsemen came from. Like, it was like a snowy mountaintop. I was like, this isn't even like how in Oregon you can cheat a little and plant an opuntia, which is the cactus that does prickly pear. It isn't even like that. This is just straight lies. Yeah, all I remember of Wolf Quest is the slot machines. About it. About the original. It's a very popular or classic slot machine. That's why when you were like Wolf, when I first saw you were playing Wolf Quest, I was like, are we gambling? I was very surprised when they were actually wolves. Are you kidding? Fucking hate those fuckers. Woo! Ooh! Thank God, Shadow Cloak. Anyway, I really want Wolf Quest now. That's the end of this discussion. Is I want to play that so bad. It looks really fucking fun. You? Hunt rag. Ah! Okay. Wolf Quest. Oh. Zem, this is a game where you play as an actual fucking wolf. And there's like genetics, and you can have lineages. And the graphics are beautiful. And like you can scent different animals. Literally, this not furry but obsessed with Lion King Hildy was like, this is like my dream. It's all that I wanted Stray to be. Alright, gonna have to be really fucking careful. Famous last words. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time and then I'm gonna call it for the night. I'm stubborn, but am I this stubborn? Yeah, I'm unemployed, so I get to, like, not live those consequences. Have a good sleep, Simple. Thank you for coming by. Oh my god, the Muppet emoji! I love that fucking thing. Come on, dude. Really? You gonna make me work this hard? Get over here. Get over here. Shit. Come here, guy! What? You are wasting my life force. Thank you. Alright, histamine time. Yeah! Fucker. Ow, point blowing up. Why you gotta be this way? Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm a vessel too? It's not gonna work. Fucker. Okay. Fuck. Whatever. Rude. You are in the way, buddy. Jeez. Phew. There we go. Okay. You fuckface. Okay. Bastard. How many ways can I call someone? Can I say I don't like you? Yeah, some of these bugs are real assholes. Fuck me. Okay. No! Whoa! Okay. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Thanks to Simple and Shodden and Bulwark and Porpere and Dama and Zem and Shelly and yeah, Shelly, I saw you. I saw you sneak in. and PV, Manic, Deep Thought. Lots of people stopped by today. Thank you to all of you. Sorry I couldn't give you a victory. But we'll see. We'll see. 7 p.m. tomorrow is Hollow Knight. Last of the week. Who are we raiding? Got Nea at Damas. A postcard from Athonia? At, Odyshes. Call to the Lamb at Janus. And Tunic at PB's. Ooh. Okay, I'm just gonna go by lowest viewers then. Okay. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. My raid message is Braid, Brunhilde Raid, B-R-A-I-D. Get some rest, drink some water, have a good evening, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.